Hey, hey, hey. All right. So I have been really, really good every day this week, being ready and prepared well in advance, but not today. So I'm rolling with it. I have got new content that I wanted to deliver, and I cannot find my dot points that I had. I have some dot points, but I already knew what I wanted to do, but I mixed it up a little bit and created something different. So if you think that this is the perfect live event where nothing goes wrong, it totally is. Like, here I am frantically typing up the thing I wanted to share with you today, just so that I made sure that I did really good service for you. So I can tell you now, it all isn't rainbows and sunshines, even though there is a lot of rainbow in the room, okay? Awesome. Okay, guys. So let me know in the chat what has been your biggest aha moment so far. We are now at day number 4. And look at you all that are still here, right? My 10%ers. I'm so proud of you for still being here. We still have one more day, and tomorrow is going to be party time. So make sure you get ready to come up and do sparkle stuff with us. But also we have all of the awesomeness for coming here and being here live with us. And that's okay if you're not here live and you're binge watching the replay out there before it all goes away. Don't worry, until that countdown timer hits 0 on home base, you've still got plenty of time. We do have one more day left, and if you're just joining us and you don't want to miss it, make sure you register for Dr. Sparkle. But so far, we've covered some pretty awesome content. Tell me in the chat which one is your favorite. Okay, so was it the one proven client attraction funnel? So was it day 1, day 2, the one winning offer, or day 3 where we talked about the one repeatable growth strategy? So get those tippy tap fingers out. Let me know which one has been your favorite. Excellent. The transformation statement has transformed. I love that, Katie. That's so good. So good. Okay, so today, however, we're going to be talking about selling. Now, show of hands, who is a little intimidated when it comes to trying to sell? Yeah, let's be honest. And sometimes you're like, I just don't want to charge people because maybe they won't buy it. Or who knows that what they're charging is not enough? You know you should be charging more. I'm loving the honesty from the friends there, Jennifer and Emily, because you know it's more, but you're still scared for some reason to put the price up because you think you're going to be doing a disservice charging more money, right? Yeah. I get it. It's very, very common. So you're going to love today's content because today we're going to be talking about why you want to sell high ticket over a low ticket program that's actually going to serve you, your business, and your clients better. And why, when you do sell, what's the best way to sell high ticket? I'm also going to share with you the hierarchy of objections. Who hears the word objections and goes, oh, I don't want to do that. So we're going to talk about objections today, and I'm going to give you some real life skills, actually, not just in objections, but in having just conversations in general, so that, you are not being walked all over. And then the next thing we're going to look at is a revenue calculator so that you can actually do a comparison over time and money as well. And of course, then you're going to have some really great homework today, and we're going to do some live coaching, and you'll get all the good bits there. So the first thing I want to speak to you about today is, let's head on over. Oh, my battery's going low on all my devices. Hang on one moment. See, this is not the perfect day today, I can tell you. I hope this isn't a show of what's going to happen for the rest of the day. You know, one of those days? Yeah, that's okay. We can't be awesome every day. Well, we can try. Now water bottles are bloody falling all over the place. All right, We're here. It's okay. So let's get this up. So when you're thinking about selling a high ticket offer, what you are probably worried about is it's not going to actually help your client, right? And I'm going to challenge that today with you. So if you turn to page number 3 in your workbook, and I want to say, if you've got a 6-page document for your workbook, it's the wrong one. It wasn't uploaded with the new content. So you just need to go back. The same link works, but it has the correct document now. It should be 11 pages long. So on page number 3, I'm going to show you how it can help. Oh, goodness gracious me. Let's click on that. Okay. How it can help your client. Okay. So how does it help your client? If you have a low ticket offer or a high ticket offer. So this is going to be a mindset shift that you're going to be like, oh, yes, this is why I need to put my prices up. And you're literally going to be able to double your revenue today, okay? So one is if you're selling a low ticket offer, what happens is the emotional investment of the client, okay, emotional investment is actually lower versus if they pay for a high ticket offer, it's actually, they've got a higher emotional connection to the product. Who's bought a $47 course and never looked at it, right? But if you pay $4,000, you're going to at least open it, right? You're going to put more effort in because emotionally you're more connected to it because you put more money down. Right. The next one is the perceived value. If somebody is selling a $47 offer or a $4,000 offer, which one do you think would give you the best results? Which one? The $47 or the $4,000? Yeah, right. The $4,000 offer, the high ticket offer. Now, the reason for that is actually, let me give you an example. There was a research study done, right, where they put 3 bottles of wine on a table. And from those 3 bottles of wine, they asked people to rank them from most expensive, middle of the range, and low priced wine. And to rank which bottle of wine actually tasted better. Now, which one do you think out of all the people tasting the wine was the winner of that test? Yeah? The high. Yeah, exactly. But in every single bottle was exactly the same wine. Because they had a perceived value that if it's more expensive, it must be better. And the other way it helps your clients is they actually do the work. They get the results. When we were selling a $2,000 program, industry standards are around 10% of people will actually complete that program. But when you have a higher price on your program, they're more committed emotionally, and therefore they'll get better results. And when they get better results, what happens is you get great testimonials, you get raving fans. When you charge more money, they actually do the work. They get the full transformation. They don't just piss fart around, going in occasionally. They go in and they do the work and get the results. And I can tell you, this is huge. We were selling a program earlier this year off the back end of working with Amy Porterfield, and it was only $197, right? Just to support Amy and her audience. The amount of complainers we had. When you sell a lower price product, more of them complain. When somebody buys a high ticket offer, they actually Google first because they don't want to be seen as being dumb, right? But the amount of silly messages we got over silly things and just the demandingness of them, it was like they had paid for a really, really expensive program. They wanted everything, one-on-one attention. So the next one is also your revenue increases. So the fulfillment, is better. We have people, we hire people, therefore we can create a better fulfillment on the back end. You can send more presents to your people. You can make their experience so much better when you've got more revenue, so the fulfillment to the customer is better. You can just give a better service, right? You just can because you've got more money. We put our prices up not so I can take home more bank. It's actually so we can hire more experts and create a better experience for you guys. Now, the other one we want to talk about is your business, okay? Your business, a lot of you are probably not putting your prices up because you want to serve your clients better. But if your business isn't making money, bottom line is on a low ticket offer, right, your profit goes down, right? You can only keep reducing the price of your program to zero. You cannot go any lower than that. But in regards to the value you provide, you can go infinitely higher. So rather than reduce your prices, provide more value. Therefore, you can increase your prices and create better fulfillment on the back end. Again, we talked about perceived value of the product. What about the perceived value of you? If a person was paying you $5 or $10, $20, $50,000 for your service, wouldn't your perceived self-value go up? Definitely. Look, I'm loving all these head nods. It's so true. And we just don't take these things into account because we're just wanting to help as many people and give our products away, and we don't want to outprice the people that we want to help. And also the perception, of the impact. When you have a higher priced program, you will see that first off, they're going to get the results, and then the perception around the impact that you can create from that actually goes up. And also then your customers get better results, and therefore it actually creates better impact in the world and helps more people. And if we come to, again, like the fulfillment, the service level, when you make more money, you can increase the service level. And if you have a sales team, they're going to have more conviction. Right? My writing's really bad. Because they know your program's amazing. So they are going to have more conviction to sell it because they're seeing the results, plus their commission is higher as well, right? So when you up your price, it's not just for you to take home more money. Literally all the additional money goes back into investing because it's about the people. Now, who's like, yeah, but I just want to help as many people as possible, right? But what if your business makes lots of money and then you can start your own charity? You can donate to other charities. You can give back to a wider community. I challenge you to stop treating your business like a charity. Start making money in your business so you can help more charities. You can start your own passion project because you'll have the finances to support that. Are we in agreement there? We need to stop treating our business like a charity. There is lots of things you can do to give back, and you do still do it within your business. But you can do it and still charge premium prices. And then when you're making the money, start that passion project that helps the people that cannot afford your service. Give away scholarship programs into your high ticket. But use the money for good, because everything you do is in service, right? It's in service of your people. Which then takes me into the one way to sell. So the one way to sell is talking to people. If you're going to sell 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 50, we've got clients selling way more than $100,000 programs. If you are going to sell that, and even if you're going to buy it, you would want a conversation with somebody, right? And when you have that conversation, you actually learn so much. Remember that tell me more and listen more than you speak. Because when you have those conversations, you can find out exactly what's holding them back. So the best way to sell is to have sales conversations. I mean, even big companies like Nike, and they all still have people on the phone selling and taking sales conversations. Because when you're looking at the larger programs, you need to talk to somebody, a real human. And the great thing about a sales conversation versus like an evergreen webinar.
Recording in progress.
What happens is that you have I've lost my train of thought. You can tell I just talk about my stuff all the time without notes. So when you sell, where was I going with this? Because the recording in progress came into my earlobes and I'm like, I told you, this is one of those days. Now I'm getting a hot flush. Anyway, we'll just move on. So talking, when you talk to people, you will sell at a higher conversion rate. You just do. It's about a 2% conversion rate in a live webinar versus a sales conversation, which can be, industry standard is around 20%. We go for 40 to 50%. When you learn how to sell in a conversation, what selling is, guys, it's not getting people's money. It's not taking something away from somebody. What you're actually doing is you're serving them, you're helping them, and they have raised their hand and said, yes, I need that help. You cannot hold a gun to their head and force them to pull out their credit card. You just can't. What you can do is continuously keep giving them great resources until they become informed enough if you are the right fit for them. Because at the end of the day, you're not doing it, in a mean, horrible way, trying to sell your thing. You're doing it with love, with integrity, because you want to help people. And when they raise their hand, they're like, I need help. And guess what? They're adults. And they can actually make that decision for themselves. But as coaches, we need to guide them, because they wouldn't have raised their hand if there wasn't something up here in their brain that said, I need help. And then this brings us into the objections. Now, I found there are 5 major objections that people, let me come back to my whiteboard. There are 5 major objections that people usually give, right, in the hierarchy of objections. So let me write these down for you. What do you think these are? So what do you think is the top thing that people object about the most? Yes. Yeah, exactly. Time, money. Yes. Now, time and money can be interchangeable at the top. And these are actually, we look at it in this direction, because the easiest objection for somebody to give is time or money. So these two here can be interchangeable. right? But when somebody gives you an objection, you need to look at that objection on a continuum. Okay, so over here being definitely no time, and over here something else is going on and it's probably not time. So what you need to do to unlock and to discover whether it's time or something else, what do you think we say to them? We went through this in a previous day. When they tell us, I don't have time, what do we ask? We say, tell me more. We want to unlock why they believe they do not have time. Is it because they're working 5 jobs to keep a roof over their head? Or is it just that they think they're busy? And usually the thing is the person who throws the time thing at you probably needs the program the most because it'll get them more time. Or if they throw the money objection at you, it's probably because they need more money and your thing is going to help them get more money, right? So you need to unlock what area of the continuum are they on when they give you that objection. So, and this becomes super powerful because if they say, I have no money, I'm working 5 jobs, I can hardly even put food on the table. Well, they're here on the continuum here. And we're like, I don't think it's the right time for you right now. You need to get yourself in a better position and come back and see me when you've got more time. Or not enough money. They can't put food on the table. They're literally going to the Salvation Army to be fed. Okay? Or maybe it's, I've just got to move some money around in a credit card, or maybe I've got to go and get a loan, or maybe I've got to go and get a part-time job so that I then don't have to go and get a part-time job and I can do my thing full-time. And that would be these over here. What are they willing to commit to? And sometimes it's commitment over convenience. They will choose to be inconvenienced for a short amount of time to commit to the transformation that they know that they need. And you need to continuously ask them, why? Tell me more. And lead it with a yes/no question. Okay? It's super helpful and when they start to tell you more, it becomes really helpful to you to understand them more. And you'll say to them, hey, this is so helpful because now I can give you more help. Can you tell me a little bit more about, and then pick something else that they said. And what you'll find, this next one here is spouse. And a lot of the time when they're throwing the time and the money objection at you, it's actually about the spouse. And the spouse is one of the biggest contributing factors to why people say yes or no. It is a fear. It is a fear around having that conversation with the spouse. I know, I can tell you because I've been there. When I've wanted to invest in myself and my business, let me model for you, all right, how the conversation could potentially go, all right? And so often it sounds like this, and I'll model it for you, and there's no judgment here. The reason I can do this is because it was me. So often it sounds something like, oh, darling, do you have a second? Like, I really want to talk to you about something. You know that thing that I've been doing this week? Yeah, I know. Oh, thank you so much. You fed the kids this week, and I promise I'll cook dinner tomorrow night. It's okay. Yeah, I know. Yes, I know. Yes. Yeah, I know. I said I wouldn't spend any more money until I made money. Yeah, I know it costs money, but remember, oh yeah, I do remember that time I bought that program and I never looked at it. I know, yeah. And yeah, I did say that I wouldn't spend any more money until I made money. And Yeah, okay, yeah, all right. When I make money, all right, yeah, okay, yeah, thank you. All right. Does that sound familiar? Yeah? Jacqui's laughing her head off. The only reason I can model it is because it was me. It was me. I was so scared to talk to my husband about borrowing money to buy a program that you just give in. Right? You see, when you go and have a conversation with somebody like that, what you're doing is you're asking for permission. But you see, the only person who can give you permission is you. You can't ask for permission, but you can ask for support. And when you ask for support, now, look, I'll tell you, if you like, I can go through how we do, and you can have these conversations, and I can tell you it's a conversation that, one, it has to be done with love. It has to be done with integrity. You have to be committed to follow through. And remember that it's in service of your client, your dreamiest client. And it's not to sell to your client. It's to help them, to serve with them. So like I said, you can only give yourself permission, but you can ask for support. Now, here is a way that you could model, and it's building a confidence muscle in yourself to be able to have conversations where you are committed to the outcome as much as appreciating their love and support. So you could go something along the lines of, can we have a chat? Look, I really wanted to, first off, I wanted to take the time to appreciate everything you've done for me for the last week. You've been looking after the kids and fed them, and, and you've heard me complain about business and it doesn't work. And if I'm being totally honest with you, I've actually been trying to turn you into my business coach, right? We're sitting around the dinner table and you hear me complain about it. And at the end of the day, can I tell you, I don't actually expect that you can solve my problem, because you're not a coach. You're not an entrepreneur, and I've been trying to turn you into that. And, what I figured out this week was that there is actually a system out there, and that system, it will actually help me get where I want to go. So when I do actually get into that downward spiral, I'm going to have other people to turn to. I'm going to have other support out there. And I know that, and business can be hard. And you know what? I didn't actually go to school to run a business. I'm really good at that thing that I do, helping people. And here's the thing. I mean, if we went to a doctor who hadn't been to a school, we wouldn't ask them to do heart surgery on us. If we went to an accountant and they hadn't been to school, we wouldn't want them to be looking after our finances, right? So how am I expected to actually run a business myself? Because honestly, I have not been to school to run a business. I'm just really good at that thing that I do. And I've figured out that if I can just follow this system, I can actually help all of these problems go away. But what I would like from you is your support, please. You see, I'm not going to leave you behind. When I do this, it's actually going to allow us to have a more happier dinner table. We can go on more vacations. I can spend more time with the family. And if you support me in this, I promise not to bring business to the dinner table again, because I'll have more time. Now, I know it probably sounds too good to be true, but can I tell you, I have met a lot of people this week who are actually doing this thing. And I promise you, when I get to this goal, we will go on that vacation that we've been speaking about. We will go out to dinner and pick something that you can actually have as a tangible result to show them. Tell them that your actions are going to speak louder than your words, but make sure you bring them along with you. You do this with integrity and love. And if you have to borrow money or move money around, tell them you'll pay them back with interest. But when you do, mean it. Like you could say, like, I know you're not a bank and you're my husband, but I truly believe in this, that I know that I will be able to pay it back, and I'll do it with interest because it's that important to me, and I want to show up and show you how much I want this. You see, when it comes to having a conversation where you would normally ask permission, the person who wins the debate is the one with the most amount of certainty and belief in themselves. Now, I can tell you this, learning this strategy of conversations, it's a life skill. This isn't just about getting people and overcoming their objections. You can use these conversations with family, with friends, with your kids. And the more you practice, the better you will get at it. So you can model this now and just do it with integrity. Know that it is for a greater good. You know, when I wanted something, what I did was I went away and I wrote down 50 ways in which I could come up with the money before I had the conversation with my partner. And the magic number happens around 33, okay, where there's that thing that you're like, oh, I can totally do that. I literally sold things from my garage and from my wardrobe to show that I could come up with the money, and then had to borrow another $5,000 from my daughter's bank account, which I paid back in interest. We've had people go out and get additional jobs working on the side to pay for this. So when you're looking at the spouse, right, and the fear of speaking to your spouse, again, you need to think about this continuum. Now, if somebody has a spouse that they could be physically harmed, and I'm not saying this, you know, in any bad way, right? It is a very serious subject. This is not the type of person that would have that conversation. But if it is just about practicing the skill of certainty and standing up for yourself and asking for support and not asking permission, then maybe they're over here, right? And when it comes to fear, well, fear, the next one, that's a huge, fear is usually a fear of success. What if I make lots of money and people don't like me anymore? I had that fear, the fear of being famous, successful, used to literally make me sick inside. The fear that maybe it won't work. So fear's a big one. And again, we want to dig deep. What do we ask? Tell me more. Let's find out what's behind the fear. And then the final one here is self-doubt. Because you know your program's good. If you've used the strategies that we show you how to use the strategies to be able to present your irresistible offer, the only thing that's holding them back at the end, if you've figured out it's money, time, and they've been able to speak to their spouse, self-doubt kicks in, and it's not a lack of your expertise, it's them. They don't know that they will. And as a coach, we need to, this is what we do as coaches, right? We inspire them, we uplift them, we help them by asking really good questions, not yes/no questions, so that they can find the answers within themselves. That's just there, but just hidden under that itty-bitty shitty committee sitting on the shoulder, right? Yelling in your ears, like, no, you can't do it. You know, it's always been like this. But if you continue to do what it is you're doing, it's always going to be like this. When do things change? When you make radical change, when you do something different, when you get out of your uncomfort zone. Okay, and then if we talk about the hierarchy of enrollment, then in that one, it's like first off, they start down the bottom, and what a lot of people do is they think, you know, they think, oh, they look out at other people and they're like, oh, you can help me do this thing, right? So they're buying course after course after course, looking for somebody else to give them all the answers. The easiest person to enroll is the person that stands up and says, I can do this. Right? I can do this. They're the easiest people to enroll. And that one is here, self. They have a belief in themselves. And then they need your support, right? So now you can help your ideal client, right? Your client. Once they believe in themselves, they can help the client. And now they need to find out if they can have, now they've got to prove it. They don't need it for them, but they need it for their team. So that, this is for the family, team, and then for their client, right? So if they're just out there all the time looking for answers to help their client, but they don't have a belief in oneself, you've got to actually start from the bottom to work your way up. Because these people up here are just looking for the answers. And you know what? Those people, they are just wanting you to do all the work. And honestly, we turn people away regularly when they don't show up for themselves. We do a lot of work for our clients, but at the end of the day, I cannot stand there and sell for them. I can give them the complete framework, but they have to turn up and run the live event. We can build all the tech, but they have to take the sales call. They need a belief in themselves that something is bigger and greater, or they wouldn't have put their email in at the top of your funnel to begin with, because something's there telling them that they need it. You see, really interesting, for those that came to the room this morning and was sitting in with John, I was listening to a friend of mine who was running a training this morning, and she was talking about, and I've heard this before, but it was a really good reminder, that 2% of people are ready to buy right now. At any given time, 2% are ready to buy right now. The other 2% are almost ready. They're just doing their due diligence and they're just about there. The other 90% of people, they have a question. And we stop following up. The fortune's in the follow-up. Who's heard that? We've got to give them the opportunity to ask their questions. And when any of the objections come up, we don't tell them anything. We just ask, tell me more, so we can decide where they are on the continuum. Are they ready for us or not? And they may not be ready today, but if they're still struggling in 6 months, a year, I've literally had clients 3-4 years later finally put their hand up and go, I should have done this 4 years ago, because they're still struggling. So your job is to just continuously show up, which takes us all the way back to day one, your weekly live. And then the strategy in the back end, having that irresistible offer, and start to fall in love with selling. Because selling is truly helping. When they say yes, they're not saying yes to you, they're saying yes to them. They're committed to that change. I can go on for ages about selling. I love it. I truly love it. It's just a really awesome conversation to get to know people better. All right, let's break it down now into a calculator, because time versus money, okay? Everything in life and business is a trade-off of either time or money. So let me take you over to a little one of my many colourful Excel templates. Let me find, where's my little... sexy numbers, that's the one. Okay, so when we're looking at time versus money, we're going to talk about the time it takes to close a deal and then the price that you put on it. Can someone give me a decent, not like $100, a monthly goal that they want to hit with it when it comes to their revenue? Pop it in the chat and then we'll run the math on it. I've got so many good spreadsheets, right, guys, that change colour when you hit different things. Awesome. All right, thank you, Emily. She's given us 12. All right, so up the top here, right, in our current price, and if anyone wants a copy of this, just reach out to your coach. They'll send you a link. So $12,000. And let's say the price of your program is what? $1,000? So what you need to do to sell a $1,000 offer is you need to have 12 sales conversations in the month. And if you close at 30%, right? 12 conversions. You need to do 40 sales calls in a month. So that's 10 calls a week. And that's around 15 hours a week of sales calls. Now, the conversion rate we've got here, I've been very conservative, but this is how many leads you're going to need to have. So you will bring in every week around that to qualify that many, to then book that many, to close that many. Okay, so let's say we've got a $12,000 offer. Okay, and now we put it at $3,000. Now we only need to sell 4, which means we only need to do 14 calls, which is only 4 hours a week versus 10. 6 hours, calls per week is 4 with 6 hours a week. And then you need to only grow your list by 133. Now, remember that day when we said it was 10 a day? Yeah, everyone remembers that one back there? It felt like a lifetime ago probably for some of you because I've thrown so much goodness in your brains. So honestly, you've got to bring in that many people per week to qualify that many per week to book that many calls to close that many. How much easier would life be? How much more time? I'm loving these smiles and head nods and thumbs up. Yeah, Emily's right into it. She loves the sexy numbers too. You just gave me goosebumps, baby. Right? Wait till you see some of the other spreadsheets we have for like conversion rates and stuff. It's going to blow your socks off. Okay, and see, that's going to give you your annual revenue in 6 figures down here. But can you see why putting your price up? There are so many things. How many things did we just go over right now about increasing your prices? So many, yeah? Stop treating your business like a charity. You can help more people. People will actually do the thing and not put it on the shelf. You want to help people, don't you want them? I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. You can't just keep selling low ticket prices. You can have an ascension model. But do you remember way back when we spoke about focusing on selling the one core offer first? Dial that in, because the messaging for a $97 offer is way different than trying to sell a $10,000 offer. And then you can build in the ascension model once you've dialed in the core one that's going to get you going, and you can start hiring people and all the good things. So can we commit to at least raising our prices? Yes? Excellent. I love that. Look at all those commitments. All right, guys. You see, this program, like what we've done in the 5 days, has really given you a lot of goodness so that you can go forth and actually get stuff done. And if you don't want to, you want to skip over all the hurdles and all the things, then I really, truly, we had quite a lot of you book the appointments, and we've actually had to open up some more time slots because we were so hammered. But as you know, the price is going up $8,000 next year. So if you want to be grandfathered in, if you are one of the people like our beautiful Aline, then just book a call with us. Okay, it's just a conversation, right? To see whether or not it's a good fit for you. Because I know that if you're here, it's because you want to help people. You have, oh, what happened? Where's my thing? I've lost my thing. Where'd it go? Because you're here because you want to help people. So if you're here, you've shown up because you are probably really, really busy, and you're just trying to find a way to be able to do this quicker, easier. That's probably why you're still coming, is you're looking for an easier way. Or maybe you're here because you're just stuck. Your business isn't making the money and you're just not sure what to do next. Or Maybe you're just sick and tired of creating more content, feeling like you're throwing spaghetti at the wall, and you just want more time and freedom. That's why you started your business in the first place, right? You built it for more time and freedom. Maybe you just want more. You're intrigued by the idea of what would happen. What would happen if I focused for 12 months on selling one way, one thing, in one method? And I know some of you have got doubts. I know, because I've been getting lots of messages. You're wondering, is my idea good enough? Is my idea even scalable? Well, that's why I want you to book a call, because I'll be totally honest with you. I will let you know whether or not your offer is scalable. Or maybe you're saying, I just don't have the time right now. If not now, when? Are you going to be here in the same position in 6 and 12 months' time, kicking yourself that you didn't start today? If you've got no time, it's probably what you want back. Or maybe you think, I just don't have a big social media following, right? Will this even work for me? Well, inside of the Freedom Funnel Academy, we show you not just how to do social media, but how to get partners, joint ventures, how to get into different groups, how to get onto podcasts or start your own podcast, and so much more. Her following's so much bigger now, but Erin from Nursing Mamas, she was, when she started with us, she didn't even have an Instagram account at all. Now she's booked back to back with appointments, using the systems we've taught her. And Erin's left a little message here for you as well.
Sales and Marketing School has definitely helped with regard to the challenge, because first of all, it gives step-by-step process of how to do everything. And I need my hand held because there's always questions. And Sally just does such an amazing job of really being patient and kind of almost anticipating where we're going to get stuck and answering questions before they're even an issue, and with all the tech stuff. But also the challenge itself feels so, I see this big picture of how this is going to bring in clients, and how, as I was creating it, I saw the building blocks of the challenge brings in, they start the process of bringing in people, but then they lead to potential clients through the VIP sales, and that leads to the webinar, and that leads to the sales funnel of the bigger items. And that process is so much more elaborate than just a PDF. So that you're not really, you get an email, but you don't get engagement. And so with the challenge, you get engagement, and the step-by-step process and all of the details of how to create the web page and the content, and even the ideas of how to, what your challenge is going to be. Sally helps with all of that. And it's just been such a huge part of building my business. And it's been really exciting to see it develop. And I'm excited to see where it goes from here.
Well, Erin actually had a whole mapping session again. She had another one. We've dialed in her offer again, because what you do in your business isn't set in cement either, right? As we grow, as we evolve, as we work with more clients, and we spent about 3 hours on her mapping session yesterday, and she's got this whole, she already had most of it together, but we clarified everything. And then she's coming back in a couple of weeks to do her practice pitch day session in front of the whole team to be critiqued. But she's doing amazing things, and she started with 0 people on her email list and 0 followers. And also, as well as that, I know some of you are probably sort of thinking to yourself, well, the whole tech thing scares you, right? Who gets a bit scared of, how do I piecemeal all the things together? It's not about the tech as much as understanding its capabilities and its limitations. It's what we do all day, every day. We are geeking out on that stuff, right? People jump in, and literally this morning, I think there was 3 different people in the VOZ just jumping in quickly, getting a couple of things fixed up. I think I saw Eva, you were in there this morning. So don't worry, we walk you through everything click by click. You had a click by click with Kristie this morning, right, Eva? Yeah? How did that go? Explain what the click by click system is. Oh, hang on. I can't hear you. Is that me or you? It could be me. Yeah, I think it's me. Hang on one second. Try now. Can I hear you? Nope, can't hear you. It'll definitely be 100% me. I'm just trying to figure this whole. Where is it? Try now. No. Oh, well, I don't know. That's okay. I'll figure out what's going on. All these buttons changed. I did do an update in my, no, that's right. Ecamm. Yeah, I don't know. I will be back to you later. Anyway, guys, Eva had a click-by-click session with Kristie this morning, getting everything sort of figured out, and she was just updating a couple of activity tags to be able to get her through her next launch. And now she's earning while learning, right? She hadn't done the whole build it herself, but this time around, she's just fixing a few things to launch it herself. And so the tech, we make sure you're like totally taken care of there. And if you're worried if people won't buy, this amazing woman, Erica, when she came into our program, first she had a list of about 400. Within 5 months, we got her to 2,500 emails. She actually got her entire investment back in 4 weeks. And then she went on to 12x her investment with us. And she's doing amazing things. She teaches people how to run events, live events, and like very interactive live events. They're really, really cool. And if you're like, I just don't know where to start, right? And you think that you're just overcomplicating things, that's why we have these step-by-step roadmap. And if you wake up in the morning and you're like overwhelmed and confused, jump into the VOZ and we will tell you what to do. I want to introduce you to an amazing lady who, honestly, she has signed up with us now for 4 years. Her name is Aline, and she wants...
Hey, boot campers, my name is Aline, and I am so excited for you guys to be part of this experience. I had the opportunity to work with Sally and the entire Sparkle community for a number of years now, and it has been one of the best decisions that I made in my business. I remember the Friday night that I was sitting at my computer. It was in, I think, January. A number of years ago, and I was debating as to whether or not I was going to make the investment, because it is an investment, in working with Sally. And I spoke with my husband about it. I was like doing the pros and cons and all the different things. And I just had this strong desire to take the next step in my business, and I couldn't figure out how to get there. And when I connected with Sally, she showed up at the right time in my life and really helped to scale my business and grow it in a way that I know I would not have been able to do on my own. She helped me to get a lot of the infrastructure set, and just made my time in my business so much more valuable. I was able to have such greater impact. So I am forever grateful for the work that Sally has helped me to do in my business, and just the amazing leader that she is. She sets the tone for what is possible in entrepreneur world, and I love being around her energy. I love her compassion. She steps right up and has that same passion about you achieving your goals in your business. So congratulations on being part of boot camp, and whatever Sally says to do it, because it works. It works. If you're kind of like on the fence, wondering whether you should do it or not, I personally would say go for it, because it has made such a difference for me. And I am so grateful for Sally and the entire Sparkle team. It's now allowed me to be a mompreneur, as you can hear my little one in the background now. So, all right, guys, have a wonderful time in boot camp. Gotta go.
Well, what great timing there from our very first Sparkle baby in the house. When Aline came to us, she said, I just want my business to have stability so I can be a mum. And she did it. And it just like, I remember, it makes me so proud to see where she's come, to be able to have consistent reoccurring revenue so that she can actually be a mum and have that freedom. And and that she trusted us to help guide her, but she did the work. It's all her, right? Like, we had the guidance and the help, but I sent her a big basket of lots of pink things, I can tell you. All right, guys. So please book a call if you're on the fence, you're not sure if it's the right fit for you. I promise I will be sending you away with actionable tasks, get more clarity. And even if it's not yet the right time for you, I will be able to point you in the right direction. But if you're ready to take your business to the next level, you're sick of struggling, doing it alone, trying to figure out this whole business crazy thing, then come, let's have a conversation, because this is what we do all day, every day, and we're going to be able to help you get there faster. Okay, now let me give you your homework. I am so excited. So if you go to page number 9, your homework is, I want you to begin with a self-audit. Okay, so complete the self-audit. You will say, where are you right now? Are you at the beginner, the intermediate, or the advanced stage? And then moving forward, how are you going to actually implement the things that you wrote down yesterday? Are you going to continue to, do it yourself, or are you going to start to really look for some outside help? I also want you to get serious. Yesterday we put a date down for your live event, and I love me some sexy numbers. So I want you to set a goal. How many people do you want at your live event? Okay. And also, what's your biggest fear around tech? So that once you put that down there, it becomes real, and you can start to see what are you going to do to help get you past that. Now, what we're also going to do is, now you've got a goal for your event size. Okay, I want you to let's run some sexy math. Okay, how big is your event? And what's your income goal? So you put in what your income goal is, and then what you'll do is put the price of your high ticket offer, and then work out how many conversions you need. Okay, so we're looking like in a live event around sort of the 5% mark of total attendees will convert. So start to run the math, and you'll be able to see, do I need to put my price up? Okay, because this is real. I'm not bullshitting you. It's work, right? To begin with, we're building the foundation. But if we don't know where we want to get to, then we're just like walking aimlessly down a road. It all comes back to numbers. Okay? And then when you know what your actual annual revenue goal is, in 12 months' time from now, what will your business look like? What are you going to do? Are you going to take that vacation with your partner? Are you actually going to take 5 weeks off over Christmas? That's what we do, right? It's one of our non-negotiables. So, business isn't a hobby. If you're here and you're still trying to do everything free, cheap, and easy, it's still a hobby. Or are you seriously wanting to turn this into where you can pay yourself a wage, right? So let's get serious. So as always, you will be able to, where's my scenes gone? I've hidden them again. Okay, so it's in your workbook. So you'll have that in your workbook. Go and complete that. I probably should have had that up on the screen as well. But anyway, it's one of those days. Make sure you snap a photo, stick it under there. Now, this is your evidence, okay? This is the catalyst for you moving forward, because imagine what it's going to feel like in 12 months from now when you look back at these goals that you've set and you've hit them because you put in the work. Remember that your live events and your main offer is going to be worth more than most of your houses. Easy. When you build it correctly. And the great thing is you don't have to go at it alone. Just book a call. And your live challenge, there was less people yesterday. I was very sad at bedtime. Okay, it's my guilty pleasure. My husband's like, are you going to watch a show with me? I'm like, no, I'm watching my people. And then I got on there and he started watching a car show and I was like, I don't have many people to watch. So I want more today. Please, please, please. There's a way to give back. I love it. It's my guilty pleasure. So you're going to talk about, I want to know, because we've all, and Jacqui's going to talk more about this tomorrow, but what does success and failure look like to you? And I want to say sorry, guys, that the post that went up into the Facebook group was different to the homework yesterday. We will fix that. Then I want you to share something of value that you've actually learnt from failure. We've all got a story in us because it's through our failures and our resilience of continuing to get up. It's when we stop getting up. It's when we stop learning that we really fail. We should be failing forward forever. Even when I'm dying, I'm going to be learning how to do that well. All right. And also, what is a mindset shift that you know within yourself you need to make in order to hit that goal? We all have something we need to get over in order to push through. This is why I have a coach to help me through that. Every time I get to a point where I start to get scared, and it comes in waves. Even when you make more money and you're $1 million business, there are still times like, I hope I can pay the staff this month. And it's just a little bit of fear creeps in and I'm like, where is that coming from? Go and talk to my coach. So what is a mindset shift you need to make in order? And it's through the knowing. And when you write it down or say it verbally and you listen to it back, you're like, yeah, you know what, Sally, you should take your own advice. And then the final one is, what's your biggest aha from day number 4? I'm excited to watch many more videos tonight. Okay, tomorrow is party time, baby. We be partying. Yeah, woo! We're going to be partying, so make sure you turn up in your best sparkle gear. Go and get a bit of tinsel from your Christmas tree. It's almost Christmas time, but I want to see as many sparkles and all the cameras on in the room showing off your sparkles tomorrow. I love our sparkle after party as well. So come join us. It's going to be a great day. We still got a little bit more goodness to teach you on day number 5, but we're going to bring it on home. Everything that you've learned today is going to come back to the power of 1. So you don't want to miss it, because if you think you don't have time, I'm going to show you how you can increase your productivity by 75%. It's going to blow your mind. I can't wait to see you all for day number 5, but we have to also spin the wheel. So let's go and do that. So our prize winner for doing all the introductions and all the things, and again, if you're coming in late, you are still in the drawer. And Jolyn, yes, congratulations, reach out to your coach. And now for those who did all their goals and all the good things, no, this is the Sparkle fan one, sorry. The Sparkle fans is... Yay, Beth! I think I got really close to Beth yesterday. I don't know if she's already got something, but I remember seeing it get really close to her. And then for the homework is... Now, every day gets more and more entries, so don't forget if you're still falling behind in the homework. And I heard some of you are having trouble with badges. We'll fix that. Okay, Crystal. I know badges are working because some people are posting them, but I'll have to go and check. And then finally, the live challenge. I am liking the fact that there's lots of names, but there can definitely be more. And our winner for the live challenge is, she's in the room, Emily. Congratulations. Awesome, guys. All right, so before we head out, I'm going to come over and I'm going to pull a few of you up. What has been your biggest takeaway from day number 4. Who's going to raise their hand and share? Come on, don't be shy or I'll pull you up. I'm going to pull Linda up. Yes. Now, let's hope I can get this sound working. But Linda, are you able to share? We'll talk first to see if I can hear you or if my sounds are all ruined and we have to go dark. Yeah. I can hear you. Excellent.
Yeah. The biggest thing I got today was that there's not an objection that you can't get past.
Exactly.
And they just keep asking, tell me about it.
Yes, great takeaway. So good. Awesome. All right. So who else is going to share a key takeaway with us? I'm going to pull someone who hasn't got their camera on and see if they'll use their voice. What about Krista? Can you hear me, Krista? You multitasking out there behind that closed off camera?
I think Krista was busy today driving. She was
no. Stay safe. Stay safe. Who is ESD? ESD. Who is that? I'd like to know. What is your actual real name? Unless it is ESD. Oh, that's okay. All right, let me come up to the top of the screen. What about Arlene? Is Arlene there? I'm going to keep calling people. There she is. Hello. What was your biggest takeaway from today?
My biggest takeaway is I like the chart where it says what you had to do to make the 12,000 followers. I thought that was a really good thing, that it wasn't, if you actually applied that, it could work.
Yeah, excellent. Well, anyone who wants a copy of that calculator, just reach out to your coach. They'll send you a link as well. And what about Cheryl? What about you? What was your biggest takeaway?
That just to remember that your customer is not saying yes to you. Your customer is saying yes to themselves. That was awesome.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, guys, we're going to go dark now. Everybody out there who has joined, come on, stand up. It's time to stand up, everyone. Stand up. We're about to dance out with the Sparkle song, and then we're going to go dark and spend some time with the coaches and answer any questions. So we'll just get this party started. Make sure you come tomorrow to the Sparkle Party. Come as sparkly as possible. Sparkle glitters, sparkle eyes, sparkle hair, all the sparkles. You can never have too many sparkles. Stand up, come on. You've been on your bum for an hour.
You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light. Just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long.